Welcome back to Historical Repo, the channel where we dive deep into the mysteries of the past. Today, we're exploring a question that has haunted historians and scientists for decades. Over 1,500 souls were lost when the RMS Titanic sank into the icy waters of the North Atlantic on April 15, 1912. Yet, in all the expeditions to the wreck, not a single human skeleton has ever been found. This absence is both eerie and scientifically fascinating. To understand why the Titanic's final resting place is devoid of human remains, we have to journey 12,500 feet, or about 3,800 meters, below the ocean's surface. At this incredible depth, the environment is unlike anything we experience on land. The pressure is immense, over 380 times greater than at sea level. The temperature hovers just above freezing, and it is a world of perpetual darkness. This extreme environment is the primary reason why the victims of the Titanic are gone without a trace. It all comes down to a specific chemical phenomenon known as the carbonate compensation depth, or CCD. The CCD is a specific depth in the ocean where the rate at which calcium carbonate dissolves is equal to the rate at which it is supplied. Below this depth, the water is so undersaturated with calcium carbonate that solid calcium carbonate objects, like shells and bones, begin to dissolve. Our bones are primarily made of a form of calcium phosphate, but their mineral structure is still highly susceptible to the corrosive deep-sea conditions. The Titanic wreck lies roughly 500 meters, or about 1,600 feet, below the carbonate compensation depth in the North Atlantic. This means the very building blocks of the human skeleton simply cannot last. The deep, cold, and highly pressurized water is slightly acidic, and it relentlessly breaks down calcium-based structures over time. When the Titanic sank, the bodies of the victims would have settled on or around the wreck on the seabed. For a while, they would have remained, preserved by the cold temperatures and the lack of large predators. However, the chemical assault from the ocean itself would have begun almost immediately. The immense pressure and low temperatures accelerate the dissolution process. Think of it like placing a sugar cube in a cup of water. It doesn't vanish instantly, but it slowly dissolves until nothing is left. The bones of the Titanic victims faced a similar, albeit much slower, fate. Over the course of a few decades, the calcium in the bones would have been leached out into the surrounding water. The skeletal structures would have become brittle, fragmented, and eventually turned into a fine sediment, scattered by the deep ocean currents. This is a stark and terrifying reality of the deep ocean. It is an environment that efficiently recycles all organic matter, leaving no lasting trace of biological life that isn't adapted to it. Beyond the chemical dissolution, deep-sea scavengers also played a role. The ocean floor is not a sterile environment, it teems with life specifically adapted to these harsh conditions. Creatures like bone-eating worms, crustaceans, and various species of fish would have been attracted to the site. These organisms are the cleanup crew of the deep sea, consuming soft tissues and even burrowing into bone to extract nutrients. While the soft tissues would have been consumed relatively quickly, these scavengers would have also contributed to breaking down the skeletons, exposing more surface area to the corrosive water and speeding up their dissolution. So, the combination of extreme pressure, low temperatures, acidic water below the CCD, and the tireless work of deep-sea scavengers created a perfect storm for decomposition. It ensured that no visible human remains would be left for future explorers to find. It's a haunting thought, but the victims of the Titanic have, in a very real sense, become one with the ocean. Their physical forms were reclaimed by the very environment that claimed their lives, leaving only their stories and the mighty, decaying ship behind. The absence of skeletons on the Titanic is a powerful reminder of the formidable and unforgiving nature of the deep sea. It's a world governed by its own set of rules, where the processes of life and decay are vastly different from our own. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into one of history's most compelling mysteries. If you found this video interesting, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the past, right here on Historical Repo.